2 weeks
I'm back.
from 2 weeks.
Okay, I'm back now. I'm back now. Okay, let's start this. Let's start off fresh. Good afternoon, world. Good evening, world. Good morning. Good whatever, wherever you are joining us from this afternoon. My name is, of course, Kalinda Shachinda out here in the Hoosier state of Indiana. And of course, the city is Indianapolis, where my roots are rooted. And we're back, 29th of September. This is Bantu TV, and like we do every Sunday afternoon around this time, we try to dissect and talk about the most happening news from the motherland. And who is here with me right now, but no other than Bajilufia. Do your Vavuzelas. We can.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. This is Chanda Chilufya, broadcasting live from Ontario, Canada. We welcome you to our podcast, and we thank you for taking your time out of your busy schedule, of course, just to come and join us and discuss relevant topics that have been happening in the past week. And of course, so we know this program is, of course, associated with Bantu TV and, of course, our own platform, which is the Red Tag Media. So, Vane, thank you. I think we have somebody here that needs to introduce themselves.
Oh, Mildred, she just said she's at work. She's here to listening. She's muted then. So she is just listening in today. So,
Okay.
yeah. So anyway, shall we start the show, or should we say how's have you been? How's last weekend and the week before? How is everything, Matthew? Before we start.
The weekend has been good. It's been nice. Yeah, short though. Yeah, but of course it's always short. Myron Punch all of a sudden. I mean, you just wake up and it's a Sunday already, and you have to go for work tomorrow. So it's always short. I mean, how one did. We can do about what, at least 4 days to make sense.
Oh my goodness. This is not France where people are given the whole summer to be off.
Yeah,
You gotta work and pay those bills, huh?
yeah, those bills need to be paid.
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess there is no easy way to start, but how about we jump into the hot topics today? And my goodness, whew, the lacunas at the Supreme Court. So, yeah, I guess we start from there.
Okay.
Let's start from there. I mean, there's no easy way but to start from there. I mean, I thought we should have started with the budget presentation by finance minister in parliament this past week. But I think the cases at the Supreme Court vis-a-vis the eligibility case against the sixth president, Mr. Edgar Lungu, uh, should come in the forefront because I mean they hinge on their our own constitution, our Bible actually. Yeah. So anyway, so we saw the president suspend three judges at the Concord after recommendations from the Judiciary Commission after they were found wanting. And so this rattled, of course. I mean, there's no easy way to put it, but our sixth president, and he just went haywire. But before we come to him, let's talk about these three judges exposing themselves by then rushing to court and applying for a stay of execution.
Hmm.
And so it was granted, and In the meantime, they have, I think, October 30th. Let me look at the. I mean, the third, they are going to be in front of the Judicial Commission, um, to asking for a reprieve. But Lucy, I've said too much.
Yeah. Of course, I mean, I think what we need to understand or what we need to look at is, um, every government and every uh, uh, um, regime have a way in which they do things, and we've seen it in the past. The president was there saying that, look, I will give people a chance to reform, and I'll give people a chance to do the right thing. Okay, so now it has come to his attention in the fact, like, because look, the president has information that you and I may not have. Okay, and of course, those judges, that were, of course, fired or whatever replaced, of course, is they tie into the previous regime, and we all knew when but Edika went on top of the anthill saying that I'm a constitutional judges of this thing when it came to a third term issue, make the right decision. So automatically he breathed fear into the constitutional court, into the judges. Okay, and there's so many underlying effects or issues here that need to be tabled and stuff like that. And the main guy, who's this guy, Basangwa, he took upon himself to go and say, look, in fact, it's in public domain. But it's in public domain. He said the constitutional or judges are not qualified. If you remember,
Yeah. There
he
was.
said, and he's saying, like, look, if somebody to be a constitutional judge, you should have at least experience of over 10 years or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah, so he went there and he said all those things, you know, and where are we now? I mean, if in fact it even led to his suspension. I think was suspended for some months, so I don't know how long it was, and stuff like that for saying that. Now, the same mouth, he comes back and he's saying now he wants to work with the Ukwa and the Patriotic Front or Ukwa or Tonse, whatever it is, to defend that there are no lacunas in the system. Like, look, yeah, the same one who was saying there were lacunas, there are no lacunas now. So I'm digressing now because I mean this is, like I said, it's got so many layers to it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, yeah, so many layers. So the issue here, we have constitution, judges have been being, replaced and everything. I mean, it's, yeah, well, hey, if the president has some information that is saying, like, look, these people might have, okay, done something wrong or might have influenced a certain vote, okay, for that third term issue to, to become valid, to say, oh, ECL is eligible for a third term. Okay, so then there are the wrong people. Of course, they need to be removed because obviously they were not working according to what the standards and how they're supposed to work as a judge.
Mm-hmm.
But again, you look at it this way. I mean, he was saying, they're not. That's why I was saying, like, look, he said it like these people are not experienced. These guys are not experienced because they don't qualify.
Hmm.
Okay, and so even if they make those decisions, now we're going to say, okay, fine. We have a constitutional court of qualified people.
Mm-hmm.
So how are they going to preside over issues like this? How are they going to preside over these issues? How are they going to give fair and right judgment if they're not qualified? This is according to Masang, by the way. You'll say. So we are worried as Zambians now. We have to look at it like, look, in terms of Zambians, who are we going to trust now? Because if the constitutional court itself, according to Atangwa, even is a constitutional lawyer, the same
Mm-hmm.
answer, and he has the experience and everything. So we say,
Right.
look, what is he telling us? Do we have
Right.
a system in place that is foul? And what is the president doing about it? So the president has got the power to fire and hire at his own discretion. It's in the constitution. He can do that. Okay. So I don't know all this hullabaloo that I'm opposition. They're coming in trying to say, oh, why did he do this? Why did he do that? Well, it's a president discretion. It's got the right to hire or fire.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Mm.
Mm. Look who is here. Look who is here smiling. Yeah. Yeah.
Machina wa boma. Machina.
Boma ifwe Boma International ni fwe
Boma yanganepo.
Boma yanganepo. Hmm? Njala Boma yanganepo.
Tuyo vavuzelas.
Nsaka yakapwe vane. Ni vivino kuchava.
Awe nsala kuti tichwachefyako nochukupwisha tuchefye kwensala
Oh my
ukupwate
goodness.
tipwe but kuchefyako
Here we go.
noti ukupwisha teti takwatala kuwa ngapwisha but kuchefye nsala.
All
Hmm?
right, Rabbi Resident Pierce, do your vavuzelas before you go into your tangent.
My vuvuzela today, I'm very much fired up today.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, today we expect a lot of fireworks today.
Yeah.
I am on your next. Today,
walekana okulekana yapo na program.
lero ndechaiva ichechi valandira tikupita kunu mamwikata pamukoshi so lero ndepita kunu ndemwikata pamukoshi.
Yeah.
Anyway, wait. Back to if you finish your thoughts before, of course, my resident PSS.
No. Me, I finished my thought. I said it. So let Wakazia come in and say the rest.
I didn't hear your thoughts, but just in summary, probably, so that I can.
Well, Bakalinda brought up a question of in terms of Yamana and Kanyama constitutional judges, the three of them that were fired or suspended.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, I was just looking at it as a Zambian, outside looking in. I was like, look, we had a constitutional lawyer. It's there in public domain. He said the Constitutional Court has unqualified judges. That's what he said. One. So now it brought me to the fact I was just thinking to myself, like, look, if we have an institution with a panel of judges that are not qualified, because to him he was saying that, they need to have at least minimum 10 years of experience, blah 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 blah. He put it out there. It's there in public domain for anyone to go and search and read and hear what he was saying. So I was like, look, if the president himself has come across certain information that me and you may not have preview to, he has the right and he's got the mandate to fire certain people. So he can hire and fire. It's under his, what is preview to. So for the fact, just because as I was saying, like, look, this thing has got many layers, and I was just digressing before you came in, Machine. I was just digressing, and I was just like, look, Zambian and then again, by PF name, what you have done is now you want to create more confusion by saying that, the other people on the panel, this and this, you're trying to bring in, certain things. So it's a confusion that needs to be ironed out. And the only thing I can hear from Vasangwa when he was saying, because he's a state counsel, constitutional court lawyer, I think he says, I know he's very, very qualified. He's taught a lot of people. And when he says something, as Zambians, we listen and we believe what he's saying because you're saying that they're not qualified. Moment. So now, where do we go from him?
Now, the question that I may have is that so Vasangwa is an authority, isn't it? Now, we take Vasangwa as an authority in these matters. Why is it that now we have to pick his authority on many matters that he has raised? He has raised an issue about the attorney general, not the attorney general, the solicitor general. He has raised those issues about that is ill qualified, and nothing has happened. Vasangwa raised these issues at the time, but they were ignored, and the system, the judicial system, endorsed that Vasangwa was wrong, and therefore the rules that gave the judicial authority to the judges to proceed was in the law. Now, this has nothing to do with the individuals. It's not the individuals, it's a system. We have created a system and then we are punishing individuals for a system that is flawed. Sangwa was pointing out to the system deficiencies, not the people. Now, when you come in, the president of UPND cannot go now and punish people and leave the system the way it is. He must first change the system and then stop that from happening going in the future. That is what is happening there. And you know, judges are not punished for the decisions that they make in their official capacity. They are never punished.
No.
There has been no judge has ever been punished in official capacity. Now, when those people were making those judgments, was it in their personal capacity or in their official capacity as judges? Were they sitting at their homes to make those judgments? They were sitting at court. We all who were constitutionally appointed made decisions, and certain decisions could be wrong, certain decisions could be right. But there is nowhere where you're going to be punished for decisions you made in your official capacity unless you abuse the authority at that point in time, which must be investigated. Now, if it is investigated and you are cleared of the investigation, you can't come 8 years down the line and say, oh, I'll get decision. So, number, but they are wrong. You fix it. At which point are we going to stop doing that? Hello? Judgments are collective decisions. They are not individual decisions. This is why, man, that's why people think because the entire bench of the Constitution Court should have been taken out, including Bamunarula once out, so that you bring in a different group to look at all that. Now you leave those that endorse the Mwasa Abacha separate just based on your political lines. You don't do those things like that. Mule ona ula judicial system.
Awe mwitume pesha.
Mule ona ula judicial system.
Okay, mwani ni wa machina. Constitution court ipanewe yabapwe. Is it a creation of UPND or twice?
It is a creation. Is a creation of the Constitution. There's nobody who created it.
When was it created, first of all? When?
It was created by the Constitution.
Which year?
There's no there is no individual. The Zambians created that constitutional court. The Zambians, the people. But President listen, Bachanda, the president, I'll tell you the year. Bachanda, the president is not our boss, he's our servant. You understand? And there is no information which is going to have, which us the bosses don't know, and he can work on and say he has privileged information about the judges and he does decisions that affect us. We have a right to ask him, what information do you have? He can't hide information from us when he's passing public decisions.
No, let me come in a little bit. Let me come in a little bit here. Okay? And let me clarify something. Uh, and so, well, it's been 3 years since the new Dawn government was ushered into government. Okay, that's a fact. The second fact is that I think what we are forgetting in this whole scenario is that there was an individual who reported these judges to the Judiciary Commission, who did their investigations and found whatever they found, and then presented their findings to the president. And then the president took action by suspending them, which is what is enshrined into our national constitution. So, what is the problem? What is the
Here,
problem?
here is a problem. And I'm going to tell you where the problem lies.
Mm-hmm.
Because the things that the president has acted on have been investigated and dealt with in the past. So he can't open old wounds from the court. He can't. That is where the problem lies, Wakalinda. It's where
These are
the
not
problem
good wounds,
lies.
like,
It is going to open the old wounds. And even in opening the old wounds, you become segregative.
I mean, what's stopping you, Bakazia, from opening up old wounds and go
You,
and make your complaints to the Judiciary Commission?
because
Who handles these
oh, good.
cases
I'm
against
going to answer that.
judges? Yes.
Because the constitutional court's decisions are not appealable. That is what stops everybody. Once the constitutional court has made the decision, it is cast in concrete. You can't go and make it. Then why is the Supreme Court there? Because they've begged the constitutional court and the Supreme Court at the same level, and it has created the problem where people have been discussing that how can we have changed this system so that at least we have a Supreme Court full bench to make on some of the decisions that the constitutional court has. So it is cast in concrete, the decisions of the constitutional court. That is why you can't go back and start opening it. Because then we can go back to all the decisions and start opening up. Ngabali kukakile 15 years bago ata appeal magistrate court, high court, court of appeal, boom ngayafika ku last twasabwerera tyo tentwambe futi. Because me, who is now president, I'm affected by the decisions which were done later on. The president came in to stop that kind of rot, not to start opening those things, to change things for the better, so that we move forward and correct ngakwali ifya ruvene twalungisya ichi echirere nga tulechura so twachifumyapo going forward, not kuwerere enuma. That's what is happening. We are going back in history to start now revisiting everything. Tukalekalilali, when he leaves office, what will stop us from going back and say, let's revisit all the decisions that you made as president? And rightly or wrongly so. The president can't be everywhere, Kalinda. He cannot know everything. That's why he has systems that support him. Whether he likes it or not, the systems support him. And those systems, we must hold those systems accountable in a certain way. But not when the president feels like, oh, Shtemen or a judge out. How many judges has he fired? Every judge who is linked to PF fired. That's not how the judicial system is. You can't leave the judges that have been linked to UPND only.
This is not the way it is. The president just receives information, okay? And when you receive that information, he has to act accordingly, buddy. It's not a matter of like he's changing because of somebody. He wants to come back. No.
Wachanda, people must not use the president to settle personal scores.
No.
If the Judicial Complaints Authority has issues with certain judges, they must not use our president to make decisions which favor them. Ngana mupatana Judicial Complaints Authority ngana bakwatama issues nama judges na balama guys wa state, they should not use our president to make those decisions which are going to be inimical to the society which we live in. No.
But
he must not be dragged to start using personal scores.
What? President Kabidi is what the
president to settle personal scores. It is to help the entire country. Whether you voted for him, you did not vote for him. He is your president. Your interest override his personal preferences. He has your interest. That is what that office entails. And that is what he said he would do. It's not to come and say nomba nakulaisula ngawalintukile wikamulongeni. No, Bachanda, no. We must advise the president properly as institutions that are meant to serve the Zambians. We have an obligation to serve our president Chiawe. Now you feel so badly about it, you hate about this, but you can't do it because you are above it. Number if we UPND, whoever away from the systems, you are the worst people that are taking the president down the line. Because Musapote, if you are wrong, you're not telling the president that is wrong. How is he going to know? He works on the information that you give him. You give him wrong information, he makes a wrong decision. I'm not taking this on the president. I'm taking this on your institutions, the institutions that have been created to advise the president. Your institutions are UPND. Mwana mufurisha bakada abashikwete amanu abaleya mukulu president mubafumyemo. Bring credible people so that the president can be properly be advised. You can't have what can Liswaniso Gilbert advise in terms of policy. I didn't catch 4 years ago. They were advisor to the president on youth matters. How?
No. Gilbert is not an advisor to the president. It's
is a national youth chairperson.
No. Let's not reduce our president to say
but that is what it is.
No. The president has a council of well-established consultants and advisors.
Consultant Max Moe.
Gilbert Lisoniso is not there. He's not
Max Moe.
So don't mix the two. So
just I will.
Let me advise you and let you know. The president, he has a certain class and a certain standard of consultants and people that advise him. There's a council of advisors. Okay, there's a brilliant team, that will brainstorm with him. Okay, and this is on a real professional level. That's why you're able to see what the president is doing right now. Okay, he's able now to bring in investments in this country.
Let me tell you, Mashina, not to cut you short, let me tell you straight away which things people don't want to tell you. Number one, Mwarisenda Max Mue, Ava is the mouthpiece of the president. When you have the Minister of Information, in the UPND as a spokesperson, let me finish. Max right now is the one giving policy on government, what government has done and everything else.
How?
Where is the Minister of Information?
Max is just
Cornelius is under now Max.
Problem you don't want to know the diversity of how these things work.
Right.
UPND we bring in certain individuals with certain qualities and certain specifications. Yes, Minister of Information, spokesperson. Max Mue is a consultant. He has the right to come in and bring in certain things to light, being as a consultant. Because sometimes there are certain specific projects that the Minister of Information will not go, but they'll send him to certain specific programs, specific things, and then you come to light. So
can you say that again, Mashida?
Hold that thought. Let me bring in Lady Sarah, who just joined us. Lady Sarah, please come on in. We're talking about the debacle at the Supreme Court, or the mess at the Supreme Court right now. Maybe you want to add on your 2 cents and just tell our viewers where you are joining us from this afternoon.
Hi everyone. My name is Sarah. I go by Lady Sarah. Lady Sarah, because I'm
Lady Sarah.
Now, listen. I'm not going to say anything right now about the Supreme Court because I don't know join. Let me listen to what the big thinkers are talking about, okay?
Deep thinker right now is actually, he called me earlier. He's at some Irish pub in St. Louis drinking his sorrows over Man U's loss today.
Oh, so it's morning.
It's morning. It's
Oh my, you two fue chantangala la chava. Maestra Lungu chiwa first lady alingira pomcheso ala mwandi.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit.
I'm in Seattle, Washington State. That's where I'm talking from. That's where I am right now.
All right. Take over, Bachelufia. Bachelufia. Anyway, let's bring it.
Anyway, yeah, like I was trying to explain. Explain quickly about machine. I was like, look, the machine is big. The machine is big. Where we have a hive of important people with specific qualities and specific experiences. That's how big the APND a conglomerate is. Now, it's because you put everything on one man, a man that can never come back to power. You see? And everybody blame, hey, no. Why don't you stand up and raise your hand to contribute? Okay? Why don't you raise your hand? Yeah, everybody says that ideas. If I was his interview one, I was watching his interview the other day. I think he has done about 2 interviews. And I was like 15 minutes
so anyway.
For like, look, I want to appreciate something. So these are the things that we're talking about. So no. Max he's playing his part in this machine. Because machine and it needs oil. And within that oil, it's a machine, it's moving. So Max is playing his part. The minister is playing his part, just like that. Even as we're playing our part. Ni machine. Okay? We don't clump everything on one person or one man. Okay? That's the difference. A difference to what type. That what if we want to like if parties hot water. You give each other man and give each other jobs and give each other man and not jobs really, like give each other responsibilities. for lack of a better word. We give each other certain responsibilities.
Jobs.
No, I knew that you're going to take it in a different way.
Mama batanda. So vitu mulekana. Regisera asuminoyo. Mwandi regisera landa. Baregisera. Imona mulando ko bati mulapera na machito. Bachanda bale fokukana. So ni bana balera ndechishinga.
Umfwene wakazia. Now we show for the phone de kanina. It's because the way you're going to misinterpret this. Okay? You're going to misinterpret it in the way that if we by UPND no. Most of us we're just volunteers.
I have not, but maybe I can respond now. You see, I have not said that first of all, I must face from onset. What happens in PF is none of your business. Imwe nangumulande pali wa Edgar Lungu. If you say Takabwele, it is your opinion. Other people think that the Zambians decide who rules them. Whether in it is the Zambians that decide who rules. We can have opinions about a lot of other things. But me, what I was making reference to was on the matters of the government system, party function. I don't want to talk much about the party function because you can choose whoever you want to do. But it's a government function which I am entitled to speak to because I am a taxpayer. You understand? So I have the right to speak about it. Number one, I expect on matters of policy, government programs, the Minister of Information to be the lead person. Cornelius leads that aspect. It's not Max. But President Ngawaya go China via on a public setup by taxpayers' money. I'm expecting another taxpayers person who I pay to give me the information, not from a cadre that is paid from your party money, to start to be the one to give me government position. I'm saying no to that. I want my minister to be active. Cornelius, Bachanda, you will hear information before Cornelius speaks. Max Eurelanda first. You understand? It is there online in Gamulef Tarika. If you see Cornelius Amgulanda, Max Nafnyaka data at times wrong. And Max is politicking. And it is right, so he can politic in the way that he wants. But he should not tamper with government systems. Government systems are supposed to be led by government people. Cornelius, by Minister of State House, that's the people that are supposed to be speaking about matters of policy. Max should speak to party functionaries. Don't create Max to be a decoy over Cornelius. Cornelius is our minister. And we must certainly, so from you UPND people, you must be able to protect Cornelius from such kind of people like Max. Cornelius must be able to be seen to be the one to spearhead the public relations of the government system, not a consultant. Who is a consultant anyway? A consultant is one who tells you things that you know. Consultant has no room in government functionaries, no room. He ends at the back door of the UPND, not on government stage. Function. And you better listen. UPND, you always want to throw mud at anyone who has anything to say negative about how things are going. The dangers, the most dangerous people who UPND is the cadres, especially when diaspora. Nifo watulanda kwati nifo watuli on site there. On site you don't want to listen to that.
I got some information for you. Inside information.
You keep quiet because you are just annoying people. That is what I am expecting when we're having conversations with you guys, is to see what is it that government should do to find solutions. What is our 2 cents in these solutions? What are the things that we must be able to support government on in terms of going forward? But how does that reduce the cost of minimum? How does that reduce the cost of fuel?
He has come back in the
It is his right to come back. It is his right. He's trained in the constitution.
So we have to respond accordingly.
He has even the right to come the way he's coming out, because it is our democratic representation.
Yes.
Number when you are governing, answer to the questions that are outside the politics. You can't answer questions outside the politics, economic questions. When finish pabunga, when finish malite, when finish fertilizer, when finish corruption. Those are things that must be able to say. We interrogate those things. Not to run under part by Edgar Lungu. Edgar Lungu can come back when he wants.
Step by step. I'll be able to tell you step by step what we are doing. Okay? So Chanda, tell me a topic and I'll tell you what we're doing.
But Chanda, the people that are supposed to tell people what they're doing are the people in the country. Avena Cornelius, ever feel Valenda if you.
No, the problem tam for Okumfa. President Valanda, Bonsam expert Valenda, Bonsevan Ebe Misa Valenda, Foturesta. But problem Okumfa tam for Okumfa. Because Nidia Mumaindi ya manankan yava PF. Mwalikwata fe mind if you if you know from Tualanda Tamule Umfa, you're hearing but you're not listening. Okay? You're hearing but you're not listening. Able to lipa stage pan. So we have to emphasize the point. No kumieva no but Even us who are here in the diaspora, we've got this information. Like, to share. Nankane platform of twice stay creating. Just to share around to bonds. Let us share. Okay? And share information. And then when we share that information, let everybody, grasp on it and judge. Okay? According to how we're presenting the information. And that's why I'm saying, umuntu uliyonse alakwata, like the engine that I was saying, it's an engine. We are certain drivers that we got different drivers in the system. It would be very, 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 very difficult. Very difficult if I might emphasize on this one. Banani can ever PF because you're not bringing in any alternative. Right now, you're not bringing anything that's an alternative solution.
Why should
That why
what
me
alternative?
PF
Bachanda.
Ramdala
Nalamu
ufweni mdala kenimpushi. Even
nalamu
Ramdala
washuka.
mupepa ba lungu bani. Kube pusha questions
Awe bachanda na imwe.
okay,
I don't pray to people. I pray to God, please, na papa.
Okay. So ngabale pusha question ife himo. Nje, what solutions do you have? Yeah. How nkamupuma, ndefo akumuma, ndefo yenewe vis-a-vis. Is that a solution, really? Is that a solution? Yeah. How is the international? People in the international world when they start looking, but no, this is not right.
Let's not get there. Even from when you were in opposition to when you are government. And I can point to 1 million of those. Let me tell you one lie which is sitting in the current budget. I will tell you this one lie, and you should prove me wrong by the end of the year. What have you said about recruiting teachers? You're saying 2024, 4,000 teachers will be recruited. If these people have not already been identified, they are not people that have already been picked, you are going to advertise and recruit this year. You understand? Unless people have already been identified, interviewed, already shortlisted, they are just up for appointment letters, then this year, October to December, but if you are going to tell people to allow 4,000 between now and December, when you have not even run one advert, you have not even shortlisted anyone, Fika 2025, you will not manage in 2024. Mukatwaram 2025, and 2,000. So when you give people a time frame, it must be realistic.
By resident rep, let me just read in a comment here from somebody listening in here. Kalemeka Nyamuzumara says Lungu has no right to come back. He's here for
I like the message, Nakaibidi.
You want now
highlight it. I'm saying highlight.
Oh no, it's a private. I cannot do it. It's a very comment section. It's in the private one. So they said Lungu has no okay. Let me start. Lungu has no right to come back. He's here to create chaos, and we won't sit back and let him. We will work on reducing millimil and talk about Lungu at the same time. We don't want a cadre-based regime led by him and his minions. Now you can proceed.
I can proceed there. You see, this kind of Bakalinda, this is where the problem is. Someone saying he has no right when the constitution has given him the right. What makes him that person telling you he has a right to tell Lungu not to come back? Lungu has no right to against the same constitution. He's that person who is reading and writing has all the constitutional rights to tell Lungu that he shouldn't come back. But Lungu has also the same constitutional right. And it's a question of education here. Now we see if the Lungu in the constitution and is protected by the constitution to either come back and the Zambians to say no. It is not that one person. Whether I like it or not, I have told you. Umuntu wants alefwaya, talefwaya. The current president is President H. Whether you like him, you don't like him, it's because there's a constitution that has provided that you'll be a president for the next 5 years in Fakatuka Saleumbi. You understand? That is what is there. So whether the time will come when you are going to make a decision whether it continues or not. But before that, there's nothing you can do. That's the same thing. But if the Zambians are the ones that want to lead the Lungu, there's nothing that person will do because the majority would win. So if you're going to say, well, you see, it's like it's a discuss. When we know the Constitution has given him the provisions that he should come back if he so wishes, why should we have a problem?
Let me just come in. I've been too quiet listening to you two gentlemen. What I know is that Mr. Lungu has been elected twice. He's sworn in twice, and that's what the Constitution says. And that matter is it's been thrown back to the court to be determined once again. So it's under determination. So there's no telling what's going to happen once the case is adjudicated over by these judges. So
yes,
we can't for sure say he will
be. Wakalinda, you are so right. Wakalinda, your assessment is very right point on. But until then, the status is that he's eligible. Until that is overturned. So for now, he's eligible. Your decision, Tyler Peter. So your decision, if you know to land up, no, ECO is eligible until that decision is dealt with.
It's my opinion that ECO.
I agree with you, Agarinda. I'm just agreeing with you.
Yeah, he's been
agreeing
and he elected twice.
I am saying yes, I've agreed with you, but there's a court judgment that said he's eligible from the constitutional court. So now that is what is being challenged.
Remember what he did? He went on the top hill and threatened the constitutional judges.
That is not true, Naime.
Everything is in the public domain.
So when he issued those threats, and let's not even forget that there was money exchanged. Let's not forget that.
I have not heard seen anyone.
All right. Anyway, you guys make me laugh every Sundays. Anyway,
okay, continue.
Anyway, I mean, I think we guys are just gone off tangent because the topic at hand is here. We have a Mr. Moses Kalonde. Okay, he filed his complaint against these three judges before the Judicial Commission. So, and on the recommendation of the JCC, the president suspended. So why we are entangling the president over party politics, I don't see it. When we have an individual who woke up one morning, went over to the Judiciary Commission, filed a complaint against these three judges for misconduct. Okay? What that misconduct looks like, all of us here, we don't know. The Judiciary Commission investigated. Upon the completion of their investigation, they then took their report to the president. Now, let's just put a caveat on that, okay?
Wakalinda. Before we go to that, I just been going back and forth in the Max up. So I told him that Machina wants a fight with you. So he sent me a text message saying, "Is there a law which stops me from talking?" Ask him about Machina. Is there a law that stops me from talking? And who is suffering as a result of me talking?
Let him come here, Kylie. Let him come here.
From Zambia,
oh,
then the foot.
Yeah.
So okay, let me finish the for to me now. Can you
ati muzambia tamuli finshi amalaita
alandira omulumendo chani.
ndefa yokumfa nomala chilamufa pa forum.
And who is suffering as a result of me talking? What's key is information now. And we have organized ourselves differently. And we even want more speakers.
Na chimieba shanine. Do I have a problem with Max speaking?
Yes, you were saying that you've got a problem because he's not supposed to be talking about Cornelius. That's what you
On
said.
what? On what? On what?
No, it doesn't matter.
No, but mwana bachanda. Epo tukwatire problem na Max ndefa mungale umfa. It is first Max can talk after we have gotten a public and government position from the minister who is a government spokesperson, because Max ngalanda kuti abepa. Mamona, Max kuti abepa. And no one can hold him accountable for his personal feeling about what he thinks is right. Nobody, including me. But if Cornelius lies, he can be held accountable. Mamona?
No, but
because Max Ngalelanda, Max Ngalelanda, moneni bachanda, Max Ngalelanda liashi lya muwalwa. Yes, because moneni he has Max Ngale pela position liashi lya muwalwa. It is like any other person. Listen to me. You said you want to listen, and I want Max to listen to this. I am not saying Max should be curtailed from talking. That is not my point. That is not the point. Number two, I'm not saying Max cannot bring out highlight things that are progressive or whatever he feels. But he cannot be the government. He can't give a government official position. That's what Cornelius who will pay for that. Because if Cornelius lies, government has lied to its people. Max is an individual. He has no portfolio in government. He is not paid by government. You understand? But this is an anomaly in terms of how government systems work across the world. Even at White House, even here in Canada. Anywhere there is a government official position that is given. Otherwise, other people talk about it, but they wait for government to give you the official position. But I don't want an official position coming from a cadre. How? Max Moore is a cadre, isn't it? We know that. And I'm not saying he should stop whatever he's doing. He's right. But where is Cornelius?
The information minister Bakazia speaks for the government. We know that. He comes here.
Party too, and for the party functionaries. Yes, too.
And Max Simoe has a right to speak.
But Bakalinda,
as a sympathizer of the party. Like
if I said he shouldn't do that.
Yeah, and
you're saying that whatever he says, he actually Yamukachas.
Yes, Yamukachas, because he's not the official spokesperson for government. That is true. And I stand by it.
Bakazia, I think Bakazia. Okay, go ahead, Bakalinda. Go ahead, Bakalinda.
No, I mean, let's not just lampoon everything on Max Simoe speaking on behalf of the government. I think the many times I've listened to the guy speak, he always emphasizes the fact that he is not a government spokesperson, but speaks as a consultant. That's his preamble. And then we information Cornelius talking on behalf of the government when they
you guys do you know that behavior undermines government institutions and government authority?
What behavior undermines
which behavior?
Let me tell you the behavior that undermines. But if you ask me a question, let me answer.
I don't know. Before you answer, let's not forget where we're coming from. When what are those the commandos? Innocent. Who are they? When they were going all over the media briefs, talking on behalf of the PF.
Does it make it right? Because okay.
Sunday Mwanza was out there talking on
behalf of Number one, umfweni ine nali mu buteko. I was a civil servant. My mouth was shut I cannot talk on that's why no permanent secretary mumfuarilanda nangwenga mune chiruven except for Tabo Kawana, who has no knowledge about government systems. That is why Tabo Kawana will run to talk before the minister talks, because he doesn't understand how government functions. Now, also, Aishibo will take off of Bumba and they have saved that director, permanent secretary level, we will never speak when there is official channels of communication. So, but does that make it right because an innocent Kalimansha Landa? It is wrong. So,
Anyway,
I don't like it then,
I think,
and even now I don't like it.
Okay.
Do you understand? That's
Okay.
my point, Bakalinda.
Okay, Muneni Bakalinda Bakazia Muneni. I think here we're confusing the two. There's no way we can put Kalimanshi at the same level of Maximum.
They are both Zambians.
No, yes, they are both Zambians, but the knowledge that Maximum
we don't know, but he doesn't. But Batanda. First of all, if we start the systems, that is why systems are there to curtail that kind of behavior. It doesn't mean that.
No. Listen, before I lose my train of thought.
Anyway,
Wakalimanshi, okay? He was talking, all right? But he was talking out of ignorance, all right? God bless his soul. But he was talking out of ignorance and he loved the party. Okay, even though he was exercised and banished from the party for maybe the guy confused but here. But look at this. There's a difference when Max Sumo is speaking. It's because he has an insight in the government system. Why do I say this? Max Sumo has, like we say, he's a consultant, meaning he's in touch with the government. He's not just somebody waking up like me. All right? I'm not directly in the government. All right?
Is Max more direct to the government?
No, listen to my point. So him is directly connected to the government, and
he's not.
He has that information.
He is not Bachanda.
Anyway, let's shall we put a caveat on this topic?
All right, let's carry on.
For over now.
Yeah, let's move on.
Let's move on. Let's move on to the. I'll take this one because when I take it on, I'm emotional. So just take it on, but
on which one? Which topic?
The next topic.
Announce it, Kabidi.
Okay, but Lady Sarah is back. Anyway, I think let's just go past this topic. I think it's tied up. It's tied.
Well, let's give Lady Sarah something to say. You know, she obviously has been listening.
Lady Sarah, you want to come?
While you figure out the next topic.
No, I've just come back. I got a call. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Anyway, let's talk about Stephen Kapiongo's wife getting 3 years for being in possession of properties that could not commensurate with what she was earning as a civil servant. And then the husband, Mr. Kapiongo, who is the Home Affairs Minister, going home. The irony there. I mean, I don't know. I'm still wrapping my head around this, and of course, the HCC announced today that they will appeal, the acquittal of the former Home Affairs Minister tomorrow. And then let's just also just add on to the properties that were finally forfeited to the state, 150 flats belonging to the former First Lady, Esther Lungu. And these people are saying I mean, I'm sorry, Bakazi. Are you saying these people are not thieves, Mweban? And what led to Mr. I mean, I don't understand that. What led to Mr. Kampiongo's acquittal? Anyone can jump in.
It's evidence that you present in the court.
brother bakazia.
You see, for Java, when you take ill-prepared judgment cases to court, I'm a prosecutor by the way. So when you are going to take ill-prepared cases to court because of political issues, it actually happens that way. But me, over and above that, I am not a supporter of any. Me, I have told you the only time I will start supporting and start respecting these issues pertaining to how we deal with our past political office holders, including the ones that are in UPND, is when I see foreigners. When I see how we deal with foreigners on matters of property, on matters of money laundering, then probably I will respect these processes. Most of these processes are tied into the politics. And then they are also very one-dimensional. The investigations will always carry on the people that were in government. Those that are in current form, they are never touched. Avena former minister of foreign affairs. Vena kuvaleka avena avalipo avavanani avakunani avavakapiri vena kakuva. Ama video po yali ndala mepo shiri. No one has investigated how that money found itself in that without passing through the bank system. Nobody has done that. Vatwala, Emmanuel Mwamba went to court and presented the corruption that was happening at Zesco tendering of Amapos. Nothing has happened to that. No investigation, no one held accountable. So the fight for this corruption and this, we must take it to wholeheartedly and make sure that everybody else is compliant. And then the other weakness that I've seen in the system is where you fail to break down what is legitimate and what is not legitimate. I submit for now.
Oh, interesting. But Sarah, or maybe before you come in, look who is here. The Lacuna himself.
No. No, the Lacuna is the resident PS. The Lacuna is the resident PS. Kufika hivyo kwamba wa resident PS. Imagine.
Lacuna.
Mr. Mommy, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you. I was just having my haircut, so at least I'm looking fresh now.
Okay.
15 pounds is a lot of money to spend kutwala ku barber shop. No. Yes.
Okay. You want to jump in? We're talking on. My question is, how did Stephen Kampiongo evade a jail sentence when the woman he sleeps with in bed gets 3 years for corruption?
I'll take you back to what Tenta Mashimba once said, the late Tenta Mashimba. He said there are two laws in Zambia, one for the rich and one for the poor. I submit, and I've seen it happen now. The girlfriend was just one of those, but it's unfortunate. The law is supposed to be applied equally. It should not be selective. Once it becomes selective, it defeats the purpose, which the law should be there to protect those who are weak. Now, if it will protect or to harbor those that are strong, then what about the weak? They have nowhere to run to.
Mm-hmm.
So he has evaded. He has slipped the jail terms. So he's free for now.
Yeah,
but it's a lesson. It's a lesson. This is a lesson to all slay queens that think it's time to pose around with the big fish. Kuyo, slay queenie, wakaka. Big fishy, ashal.
It's the wife.
Huh?
Wife, not the.
Yes, okay. Wives, slay queens, all those.
Yes.
Wives, all those. The wife in trouble, the man not in trouble. What's the role of a wife? Kukanyo mkashi iwe weaver, Tanya. Wives should also have a role in this. I know Wachanda, the wife must have told him a lot of things regarding how he was working, which even helped him do better. But even in these times of the current government ministers, even the previous ones, the wives have not played a role to advise men in what they should do and what they should not. Maybe it's because it's official. Wakazia, did your wife influence your work in any way, like advising you when you have a crisis at work? Help me understand this.
To the extent of the things I asked her to help. For instance, my wife is an actuary, she's a physicist, she's an analyst. So in terms of understanding the pension systems, she helped me very, very much because, she's maybe one of the 3 or 4 people that have studied actuarial science at that level. So to that extent, yes. But also to the extent that probably, really, there's a very strict line. When you're at my level that I was working, there are things you can't discuss with your wife. So even if at times how your wife understands certain things, but because your professional conduct and intake does not allow you to confide in your wife, so you can't do anything about it. Yeah. But to the extent
Your wife,
of what she knows about how things are done and educated, I think I benefited a lot from her.
say like a fat bank account, unexplained wealth, which she will automatically know. Can she advise?
Of course, if I have such, how did I get that? Because when talk about to listen them here, ngole twala kungandamula mtakana. Ufira nje uti ayi kwipusha mukashobe ko shirefu.
No, but I'm a little bit confused. How in the world would they jail her for 3 years when she's never been in the government?
No, she has been.
She's a
She
civil
was in the
servant.
government?
Yeah.
She's a civil servant.
Okay, so this case is about her when she was working as a civil servant?
No, this is not about her as a civil servant. It is her because they've broken this family to say uyumuka shuobe uyumuaume. So you wake up if you kwete, it is not tied to your wife. Because let's say in akwata nashitenganda, then I put it in my wife's name. Or I viewed and my wife is the one sitting on the title. Then the system comes and say, Londorola this property or whatever they discover. Then they disjoint me and my wife, which I find very archaic. I find that very, very archaic. It doesn't make sense. It is political expedience. I have refused this kind of
machina. I think it's not good. What I would have done in the name. Usumina Milan
I do not agree with this kind of behavior, which are politically driven. I don't like, because you're using the cause for political vengeance. It is wrong. Abantu abengi bakesa lusepintu going in the future. And this I've told you, whether you're rightly or wrongly so, if people want to find like even you, if you have a house, that is how bad our laws are in Zambia right now. And that is what is happening with the political experience. Politically, you go to find what is the loophole so that you fix the other person. Why are we not fixing foreigners? Foreigners are angels. Yes, it's just making, it's just to punish him, nothing else. To work matters ways that the judiciary is playing along with the political system. The politics must move away from the judiciary.
Has the judiciary been ever clean? Has it ever been clean?
Yes, it was. When we had Chief Justice Anne Osilungwe, look at his judgments when he was leading the judiciary. Namibia had to poach him from Zambia and make him Chief Justice in their country. So you can't say it has never been. It was professional. It was when judiciary would tell off the president. So at
It
a
was
point
not
they
just.
were able to come.
It's not just in Namibia. Even some country in West Africa, they got him.
Yes. So when you say has it ever been? Yes, it has. But we are
Okay.
seeing more under this current Chief Justice. That's not a man that I know. He's a human rights lawyer that I respected so much. But no, politicians can say anything. We comment on cases that are in court. We do things that are there. We pass judgments. The court makes a ruling. Meanwhile, abantu bamuka no, bafuire bamuka kesani judgment tapali evidence. Baramuka kasani. And then instead of respecting those decisions that are coming from the court, we are the educated ones are the first one to attack those judgments. Then we put our courts in even much different difficult situations. The constitution need to go
The
back.
other thing, maybe the other thing I want to ask is the public also a judge of some kind?
The public.
Yes,
Is it
we
also a
should be.
judge?
Yes, the public is a judge, but the judiciary has the responsibility to explain so that the public's judgment can be in sync with what the judge and show the people that okay, the reason is this. So that abantu like judgment and this judicial system is not helping us. Let's change it. You understand? But the
Bakasi, I think as a Zambian citizen, I need to judge my leaders. If one, you declare using your friend's money that you have 2 million kwacha in 1 year, and then 2 years later, when you become the highest powerful man in the nation, you are showing me you have 22 million kwacha. I should be asking, where did you get that money? Even in Stephen Gapiongo's case and the wife, if I'm now, this is just assumption. I mean, I know that the president's salary is about 53,000 kwacha a month. So I'm assuming a minister will get anywhere from 30,000 kwacha a month at the top. How do you own these millions, properties or assets, and then your bank, you have a fat account in your bank with millions, when you are earning 30,000 a quarter a month? I should be asking those questions. I have a right to. And you, as my leader, who is supposed to be serving me, you should answer me with documentation where you found your money. Your money. How did you acquire those assets? I need to know. Yes.
The systems that you put in place will determine. Number one, you don't know how much your minister gets, do you? You don't know.
30,000.
The president was saying 453,000 kwacha. Is it all he gets? How much does the president get when he's traveling abroad? How much does he get when he just leaves his office? How much does he get in per DM? Do you have all those statistics? What happens when he travels abroad? What is
This is the evidence that when you are sued as a president or as a minister, you need to show me in court.
But the point
is, in most of these cases that are before the economic court, these people are failing.
So the question is that we must wait for you to exit power, then get sued, then come and prove. Or we must be proactive as a country to say, these are the things. And when we see diversion from the things that we told the person to be, we hold them accountable. So we must wait for them, and then when the opposition leaders, that is when now we sue them to come and prove. And then number two, the proof about what a person has owed must only go to the people that are opposing you leadership, not the people that are currently serving. Even when people have complained about the current ministers, I've told you, for instance, Stephen, this couple. Kakubo ABCD, that discussion is not open for discussion, it's quiet.
No, but you brought it up twice.
Double standards are wrong in a country. We must stop double standards.
Okay, all right, okay. Maneni.
Let's correct. In Kakubo's case, he resigned. That never used to happen under your PF
Never,
leadership. Okay,
never.
in Kakubo's case, he resigned.
You,
He was investigated, and then that Chinese man came up and said, "No, but nay, this was a misunderstanding. It was a business deal between us." So,
who,
who
It
are
was a
we
private
to?
business.
we
Yes.
have asked questions about that private business which cannot be answered. Number one, the $200,000 which was there, how did it get there? Which banks? Where was it withdrawn from? Did it pass through our banking system? So money laundering was right there. Kakubo is straight away.
No, that wasn't money laundering. Okay, so I think let's look at what the topic is.
When UPND leaves office, that case, Emma cases, yes, somebody visited.
That is not money laundering. Ivakazia na baba mashina. Kushe money laundering over ya befi.
It's about investigation. You understand? Resigning doesn't immune him from criminal activity.
I think the topic of the day is this, or the big question, Monen. We're trying to figure out this thing. Uyam Dala Ulia, he has thrown his own wife, to the wolves. This is why I'm telling you, outside looking in, he's thrown his wife to the wolves. Okay? He's thrown his wife to the wolves. And I'm telling you, this is something really strange. I've never ever talk about it. Even if let me stand up. As a man. But him, what has he done? He's thrown his wife to the wolves. Aside from that, he's not the only one. Okay? We've got the leader. The so-called leader wants to come back in 2026 that was gifting his wife, his children, all these things. Okay? And these are issues that are in public domain, and these are issues that if man can.
Even the current one has gifted his children and his wife.
So what we're saying is this: why don't the men in the PF stand up for who they are? Why are they hiding behind women? Why are they
I am going to answer you very well.
The women?
I am going to answer you very easily.
Hold your thoughts. Let me bring in somebody who just came through. Of course, it is my lovely husband here, Dr. Danny. Welcome back. How is Puerto Rico? You can unmute yourself, Doc.
Hello. Puerto Rico is excellent.
Great. And you just joined in at the right time when we're talking about Stephen Kapyongo throwing his wife under the bus for corruption.
Kampyongo.
Yes, come in.
Actually, I don't think he threw the wife under the bus. It was just that he was cornered. He just had to sort of. There were two options here: either to say it was him or say it was a wife or something like that. So he's a coward though. You shouldn't do that to your wife when you're cornered. So I don't know.
Sacrificial lamb.
Anyway, the SEC is appealing that ruling. So let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Bakazia, you had something to say before I cut you off.
Yeah, my point is that there's nothing like even throwing anyone under the bus. It's just a legal system that is based on political vengeance and stuff like that. There's nothing that is there. We have not seen anyone in the current government being investigated for anything. So we can as well just wait. For me, I wait because I've seen this ball game play time and again. From when MMP was up to when PF comes and now the new PND. I was in government, I saw this happening. I was at the lower level in government. I saw how politicians usually come after each other's neck and wanting to outdo each other and just crash each other out. So this is one of those. I will not be surprised when UPND government comes out, they'll all be fired, they'll all be going through the same process. This is the process that we should be able to stop. I thought that this was the time that we're going to stop it as with UPND because all of the message that was there. But alas, it's just the same thing. So for me, I'm waiting, I'm watching, and let's see how it's going to play out. Otherwise, it's just politics, political vengeance, and nothing.
How can it be political vengeance if you have to go back and prove their wealth?
Because I don't
understand that.
Okay, let me
How
answer
is it
why.
political
Let me
vengeance
say why I say.
if Esther Lungu is forfeit 15 flats that she cannot account for where the money came from. I mean, what kind of husband will give you 15 flats for a birthday present in Zambia? Let's be honest.
Let me tell you something.
Let Sarah, before you come in, let Sarah be too quiet. Please come in on this. Let Sarah. Esther Lungu, 15 flats forfeited to the state, Bakampiongona, and is crying his fake fears at the court because his wife went in for corruption. London, let Sarah.
Yeah, I'm wondering. To a second. What I can say is that I've heard the men saying, "Oh, Kampiongo has given the wife the word." Sometimes the wives also, I'm a Brazilian, therefore Shani also make their husbands, attempt to do certain things still and also bring to them. So that Mrs. Kampiongo deserves it. She deserves it because when you are married, you are one. How do you just let Mundu from nowhere, corridors of Katondo, million?
Exactly.
Yes, that's very true. That is very true.
Can I come in now?
No.
She's still talking. Let her talk.
Yeah. So, for Mrs. Kampiongo, we wish her well. Let the people who are there, those ladies who are also incarcerated,
evening, everyone.
And comfort her maybe. Then coming to my video.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Hold
yes,
on, Mr. Msonda. We're coming back to you. Hold on.
Let somebody finish.
Yeah, here in Zambia, we are having a bit trouble with network. We are having a lot of problems with network. Nami poshabonse mulishani imwe. Okay.
Can I continue talking,
Sonda, hold your fire. We have somebody talking. You come in a little bit. Hold on. Continue, Sarah.
Hold on.
Yes, yeah. So what I'm trying to say is that now I've come to Mrs. Lungu, Esther Lungu. By Esther Lungu, I saw her crying, saying, "Ushama first ladies, which first ladies is she talking about? Which first lady had those flats as a gift, as a birthday gift? I mean, you should let's just be sincere about Esther. Tomato na onion. Put myself what of a birthday 15 flats. Well done, 15 flats. Mufundishe kuisa mpia. Mufundishe kuisa. Elo mwilala ndati. Oh, the other first ladies, which one? Which one? Mrs. Lungu, if you want to that you so start eating and face the law. Start eating, not at you and God is there. God is there. Where you want to paper gassy? Lumbla point Lelo Manda Lumbla let me poke fintu. Mule change the Malash ngere nkoko no pupuka, but yet quite a wings.
No, before you fire, Mark just sent me a message for Makazia. This is for you, Makazia. He's saying that you are a small boy. Let him join Ukwa and we meet in the field. So I think you can answer that one later. I just wanted to send that information to you and then you can answer it later.
Because Mama I have to because I'm a small boy, Mark is younger than me. And because
I,
now
wait, I know, but you just said
no,
it to
let me
me. So,
address him. I'm not joining any political parties because when you tell the truth, that is what happens. Mark is actually those are the people we have seen those people like that. Avena Tenta Mashimba, Avena Nani, Avena Diswayo Banda, Twalibamonapo abantu behave like that. The people had to mislead the president. And Marx is one of those. He's busy there just creating everybody, just once arranging the original people that have brains in the UPND because of his proximity to the president. And busy at misleading the president on matters that are very important for the people. The people is now tracking the Alexa over Cornelius Cornelius can't be seen and can't be heard because of Marx's cadre mentality. I don't believe in that. I was trying to censor my language, but I don't like what he said.
Just speak your mind. Speak your mind.
Yeah, but you see, he can't be saying I'm a small boy. When did I become small to him?
I think we know the program.
That's why he says in a passenger to my face. He must
It's a
come
need
here so that I tell him what I feel about that.
It's a need bakalamba na him.
No,
Small boy.
and that's why I joined him. I look at him. Be better than that.
Okay.
I never want to from president, everyone else lies because he wants to eat. That's not how I behave myself. I have a track record that is clean. Ask anyone.
Okay. Tukapanga feringi wino vemkarulibino. Not them.
I think you should let's bring in Mr. Msonda. Msonda, we're talking about network Yakuzamba. It's yeah. And when you're not talking, please mute your mic. Let's allow other people to be heard as well. It's important. I guess we can't get to Mr. Musonda. Oh, here he is. Mr. Musonda, please welcome back. And of course, we're talking about Mr. Honorable, should we call him dishonorable? Stephen Kapiongo's wife going to jail for corruption, and of course, the former First Lady, or should we say disgraced First Lady, Esther Lungu, forfeiting 15 flats. Your comment, Mr. Musonda, please, and welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Na totela kabili tayamikira pali yonkani. Allow me to contribute one or two things concerning the issue of Esther Lungu, and I add a few because what gonna chimbita lenkalipa. There was one thing that where Zambian network yari penako. Therefore, then the pali ashia concerning the issue of Esther Lungu. Esther Lungu. Even are you getting me there?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Mayo, we cannot divert the power of constitution because of one person. One person, just one person. Walungu lolukwa lwabo tebengalenga twachinja constitution. That is impossible. Umuntu alesa no kuyaya. Constitution should not suit apamula ndile bondi ifichiro lenomu. If you would take over land and pocket people want to baba lungu. There are a lot of things. This time around Tasira Lungu, they are running away because they don't want to Amako to so that they are profit of crime. So Pamaria Paria Shio government is today. Yes, Yabama Lungu, automatic bana lungu. Automatically bunanibu kompwe kyoba kuba tinga ndaimo yakwatama estate yakwa tichalo tichabekerwamo mukula ndechine chine na mukololo kapa apa ololoka kechine bwali bupupu. They were stealing from the nation, and no one should even stand to have that audacity of land. This is first family, they are persecuting the Lungu's family. Abobutu tufye barabantu nibukomwe bali titokuiba okwibira ekyalo. Are you getting me there?
Yes, much talk on mixing people are not understand.
Okay.
So,
What I'm trying to say is Even though we are having people who are saying they are persecuting the former first family, those people were thieves. They were stealing from government coffer, using the power, using the instrument of power. But no one is above the law. Everyone who is just going against the law should visit him in its ample time. I even tell my ministers now, my MPs of this UPND, guys, let us work straightly. Let us do things accordingly. We should not be diverting from the law because one time, at one point, we are not going to be in government. Let us do things according to what the law is saying. Because you know, the law will follow us. Today we are in power. Tomorrow we are not going to be in power. The former first family thought they are going to live forever, to hold the seat of president forever. They will be doing whatever they want to do forever. But right now they are out, and the law is following them. Now I just want to add one thing. There are something that is happening. Allow me to say this. There is a problem in Copper Belt, especially Copper Belt, where the minister, the MPs, and the DCs, they are not going along. They are not moving together. These people, they are more like the DCs in Copper Belt, particularly. They are campaigning the MPs. I think the president should consider this. They can talk to the president. But president, if in the land, I have the information. This is they've started the campaigning the MPs. Some of them they don't want to show what the MPs are working. More like these guys were being elected by MP, councillors, and the mayors. Now the DCs were being appointed by the president. They should work hand in hand with by MP. But Akona Chikalanda also have got the information, big information. But some of the DCs, they are doing whatever they want to do on their own. They don't want to work with my MP. Some they've even started recruiting those people they like to become the MP for 2026. That is the tip to some of you. You have to take this as a notice because it's a end wino. But concerning the issue of Mr. Lungu, mangiwe chabe na bebe bangene mudede bambere ko wabene indekera. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you for joining us.
Watanda kazi yenchito ya mwenekeyo leve ni wakateka ovalanda.
You see, now these are the things that the consultant must do smoothly. If you feel like you enchito ya nakukuranda quality yazo mtego enchito ya file lungu loko kupa build ni file lungu la leka I don't like that. In the
interest of patriotism.
On the
interest of patriotism.
Let's meet each other, guys. Let's meet each other.
On the things that Ramson had said, you see, on the part of investigating presidents and former presidents, I have seen that happen. But you know what happened? We were there when Chuma was president. What happened? He went through the same kind of arrangement. Why container? What happened to Barupia Banda? The same thing happens. It's also happening to you. You go through this table, but you not lead anywhere. Even about HH, no matter how clean it is, the movement is going after. The other government will go after it to think that way. When are we going to stop? Because there is also a very difficult time where to distinguish between what is legitimately owned and what is illegitimately owned. I don't have a problem, but you can't find but even more happy. I have a problem with that because we must be able to get legitimately and illegitimately, and this is a fine to give a fine if it's confiscation, we confiscate. But to put a concept at everything was done corruptly is not right. It's opening too much for disaster. Look at some of the UPND ministers. Look at some of the UPND business people who have just worked genuinely the entire time. Now UPND is in government, giving them contracts. Maybe Master that was given a contract and it was overcharged by 10,000 kwacha. You go and get his 100 million kwacha. No people can assets. We must be very
But
careful with the things that we are taking.
Makazia,
All right.
Makazia,
One
Makazia, hold
person
your
at a
fire.
time. One person
Makazia,
at them.
Makazia, hold your fire just a bit there. Suppose umuntu in this government, ISAS and Iwe Ndalama, he makes maybe steals 1,000 kwacha and makes wealthy 10,000 kwacha roughly. Eh? Are we going to confiscate wealth which is worth 9,000 kwacha, or to confiscate wealth here 10,000 kwacha yons? The source of that wealth, does it matter?
I can answer.
Yes.
In financial terms, there is what they call time value of money, which can be quantifiable.
Mhm.
1,000, we say, what is after a period of 10 years? Using all the factors and assessing your business, how much can you make? It is very easy. Those people that have done actuarial science, you can get them, they will do a projection. Financial analysts do that, is what they go to school to do. So we must be able to have our department that should be able to value with time value of money and know that in the last pay 1,000, was some 10,000 after 10 years. Is it
No. I didn't put this correctly, maybe. Why say 1,000 kwacha? Why say panga wealth ya 10,000 kwacha? Makuisa mukupoka. Paka kupoka singa.
If you're natural, there is time value of money which is computed. Based the factors, you put the factors of your business, the assets, the depreciation, and everything. It's a formula. People have gone to school to do financial analysis. So those kind of investments. Then they will tell you what you definitely with what you have, you can only get this much. But we are not doing those assessments. What we are doing is that
All right. Let's not go back and forth. I think you two have spoken enough. Let me bring in other people also to speak.
We shall rant at the end. We shall rant outside.
At
At the end, outside.
Okay, so now let's go to the next topic. I think let's wrap this up here shortly. I think we haven't had time really to look at the recent national budget that was presented in Parliament this week by our Finance Minister, Mr. Dr. Stumbeko Msokotwani. I think for me, the only thing that I picked out from there at a glance is the increase in the CDF that was anticipated. So that's gone up to 36.1 million kwacha in next year's budget. Gentlemen, CDF, Dr. Danny, your take.
I'm a very very strong supporter of CDF. Was relatives in the village are benefiting directly. They're always calling me, telling me the outcome. Yeah. So the increase for this fund to go that high is a good thing. I like it, and I know it's gonna go straight to the grassroots. It's a plus for me. And what the person who can criticize this type of thing, Mwana Wandosh, Chapo.
Oh my God! Lady Sarah, CDF has gone up. Your comment.
Don't criticize.
Lady Sarah, CDF going up. What's your take on it?
Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. Let all things work well for those who love the Lord. Romans 28.
Amen.
Chapwa.
Mr. Bachilufia.
Which name came first?
Yes. To be honest, I actually loved it, and this budget actually is going to interpret on what we're going through as a country. Now we need to. It's not just the budget, really. Like, we need to understand what's going on here. We've faced with a lot of challenges, of course, and the institution that's in place right now, which is the UPND, has instituted this document to say, how are we going to deal with certain challenges when it comes to Amalite, when it comes to agriculture, and all these other learning issues that everybody's talking about. And money has been allocated and increased. It actually has been increased from the previous budget, from last year's the other year's budget. So we're looking at now. There's more money invested in the agriculture sector, and this is being done deliberately. Okay, so what we need to understand is now, why has this been done? We want people now to go in and farm, not just only maize, but any other cash crop. Okay, in case of we have an emergency of drought like we are, we need to have a substitute. Okay, so we need to look at other type of crops that can rely on, or our people can feed on. So even in the past, I think maybe it was 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was telling you guys that, look, we need to start looking at cassava. Cassava is one of those crops that we can actually utilize. Okay, twatambo kuli tutenga tuteferi ainefe mwatambo kuyi ono commercial level mwatambo no kupanga the meal out of that mwatambo no kuikoga. It's a very good crop, but we all know that today it's predominantly a Wapula product. So those are the things that we need to start budgeting. I say that start looking into really, can we commercialize this? Okay, can you imagine this? If a bag of milk right now is at 100 kwacha, okay, and then it 250 kwacha, 25 kg 100 kwacha ya bunga, same bag is half the price. So we need to give people an alternative. Instead of you go home hungry, or you start it. Me, I lived in Wapla province for 3 years.
And they said,
here's what I'm saying. My point is this. I'm saying, can we commercialize today? Okay? Can we commercialize it? Because what it is this. It's a product of Luapula province. Okay? Everybody that was ever been to Luapula province today is like the #1 product is that's what it is. Now, can we commercialize it in time of totampo kupanga for what to table? Okay? Right? Because today doesn't need a lot of doesn't need a lot of all this stuff, chemicals, fertilizer. It just grows naturally. Okay? So we can utilize that, commercialize it in a point where to Africa stage of poverty. Ubunga Gabaleshtisha 100 watts, for example. I was giving you an example. 250 watts. Okay, same 25 kg. 25 kg ya unga ni 100 kwacha, 25 kg ya tute ni 50 kwacha. Okay, so abantu wakawacha, you know what? I think in our last episode, okay, giving abantu winners and option. Giving abantu winners and option to be able to do what? To have an option. So that was the point. I hope I have answered your question. So
right. Mr. Marshall, come in with a comment, and Bakasia, and then we're gonna go to the runs.
CDF is a decentralization of expenditure for the people at constituency level, no longer at national level. So for it to go to 36.1 million, in Tonga we say sokwe nawatanta mugisamuli nkyabona. So bakuti balumbe 36.1 million kulefa bamwene, of course ifisuma, which can make good things happen to the suffering masses. You remember bakateka bajande pati the Lusaka thieves, batanda, sorry, nchirianda batanda mle chawajande pati the Lusaka thieves, there was that terminology. So that money now has gone to the village thieves, in case you didn't know. There's also a lot of manipulation on this same CDF in the villages, but at least it's happening at a local level and things are happening. There are more thieves that are coming up, at least unlike it was previously. So for CDF, it's a plus. Things are happening. I wish it could even go to 100 million.
Right.
I think for me, Shilamana assessment here, how the impact of CDF across the country.
How much time do we need to give you? How much time do you need to give you to assess CDF? Mukatupeleko report.
Yeah, therefore we want a report which is having a national kind of.
Tumipelama wiki yanga. Tumipelama wiki yanga. Mlensekesha kaili tumipela kwa mawiki yanga. Yes, you are protected, sir.
Okay, Mamasha, let's
Thank you very much. I was saying that I will need to see the assessment of the impact of CDF across the country in the last 2 years. Anything that goes to the community is a good thing if it is done properly. Yeah, if we take thieves from town and take them to the villages and they become thieves and we think it is okay, well and good. But for me, any thieving is not right. But yeah, it's a good thing.
What a fresh breath there.
Finally, I said it's a good thing. Okay.
No, I've always.
All right now.
What more when he gives us a report after 2 weeks?
No.
I had a report from me who was not implementing CDF to give you.
Okay. I think it's on this topic. When once we were talking about CDF and there were some concerns about its implementation and bills and all that, and I think I remember saying this. That's a good problem to have. So I'll leave it there. Now let's wind up and go with the rant for today. How about that? My favorite topic on this podcast every Sunday, the rant. So who wants to start first? Usually, Mr. Mwami starts first with his rant, and of course.
I think I want to start and then so that I ask get this thing out of my head before I forget.
All right, so we'll start with Mr. Chilufia, and then we'll go with Mr. Mwami, Bakazia, my lovely Dr. Lozi husband here, Dr. Danny, Lady Sarah, and we close it up in that order.
Yeah, I think for me, my rant is actually going to be some sort of advice to the current government, to our government, our beloved president, Mr. HH. Hopefully, you get this video, or you reading or hearing about it. What I want to do is, can you please ring the bell? Okay. I think what we need to do now is the president of Zambia needs to ring the bell. And what do I mean by that? I'll give you an example. In ancient history, look at the Renaissance era. There were times where emperors had to call upon the citizens to come up with brilliant ideas to govern a country or a state or an empire.
Can we
So
please
same
mute
thing
our
applies.
mics, please?
Who is okay? Who is that?
Yeah, everybody should mute so that we understand each
Let's
other.
stay muted. Yeah.
So
Okay. So,
so my point is this. In the Renaissance era, people had to come up with brilliant ideas. And they come up to say, look, I can build this structure. I can do this design. I can construct this. We need to start looking within Zambia for all these solutions that we find in this. Now, what I was saying is ring the bell is there are two things that we're challenged with. We're challenged with energy and we're challenged with, all these other things. But energy, is top of the, uh, pedestal. Go to all these people who've been training for the last 60 years. Like the University of Zambia has been there for what? Oh, I think 60 years. Can we pull out the top ones, cream of the crop, who can come up with brilliant ideas to resolve issues of, electricity, issues of, energy? Can we do that? And if you just announce it, and we'll see there's a lot of brilliant Zambians, very intelligent Zambians. Some of them are just leaving Zambia to go and give all these ideas to other countries. Okay, but if we can grasp and get those people and come up with our solutions within the country, I think for me, I think that would be a plus for us. And secondly, the idea of building a canal to bring water from Wakula and all that stuff. That was a good thought for Gary Como, but here's what I'm saying. Look, for now, Kariba Dam is an institution where a dam that was built. Thank you very much by the Chinese government. In the 60s, even the technology that was used then, the design itself, it's a 60-year-old model. It's not a 21st century model. So we cannot continue to just, put like a mask on it, trying to bring all these things. There's all this to this. No. The other brilliant idea was, yes, let's build up solar panels so that it will power that way. Good. What we need to do is bring in new hydro plants in the northern sector, not bringing a canal from the northern sector to feed the Kariba, which is an outdated or old dam. Let's just build a new modern day dam now. Uganda just built one, okay? Recently, if you just watched, they've just built a new dam that's going to be producing about 600 megawatts of power. Okay, but you have to support the feasibility studies have to be done, and this feasibility studies have to go into the areas where there's water, not taking where there's water and then you try to chant. No, that's not a brilliant or really a solution. We need to go into where the northern
Is that
sector.
what you are calling Bagari Nkomba? That's not be a solution.
No.
it's a rant. It's a
That's
rant.
not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm
In conclusion, Machulufia, a rant
chap.
shouldn't take
So
place.
in conclusion, here's the thing. Let's build modern day hydro plants in the northern sector. Chapwa. Okay, the idea of Emma channels it's good, but it's not really going to be a solution
It's not
because
good.
the Kariba is an old, outdated dam. Okay, the way they built it was built in the 60s. For heaven's sake, the modern day dams now that they're building that can fit in the modern situation right now, like in the 21st century. That's what we need to look at. Thank you.
All right, moving on, Mr. Mwami. A
Oh,
rant
yes.
is supposed to be questioned. Somebody has a right to speak their mind out, please. Let's
Yeah,
all ourselves.
my mind is on the following things. For now, the president should crack the whip. He should name and shame. There should be fertilizer delivered early to farmers so that they do their planting on time. The SCC needs more teeth to bite, and by that I mean more transport.
What did you say?
Then
Mama?
Oh,
needs more teeth to bite. Transport for transport. There are people complaining that they are not visiting certain cases because they don't have transport, so they need more teeth to bite. Clause 52.6 vatandakazi eikwete problem eleletala kuno ngalolekeshepoyo. Then CDF, if it's 36 point whatever, I was just thinking, what if they said they give each constituency 15 million, then the difference, like they put it together for from all the constituents and build the power station. 2 letters a rand, but I'm thinking like that. Each constituency is just received about 15, then the difference, put it together to build the power station. Not here kwa Kongola broad, kwa mkufao lendalam. When that power station is is made to operate, it will benefit all the constituencies.
all right.
I'm done.
Moving on. Bakazia, what's your rant?
Oh my goodness. You see, the thing that people are talking about is a serious sign of problems within the governance system that we have. For me, my rant is that, you see, we must be honest. The UPND government needs to be honest about certain things that they do and certain information that they give the public. The use of cadres to give government positions on matters is misleading a lot of things. Is making professional bodies question the intention of government on many fronts. And please, government, stay away from the judiciary. Do not kill the judiciary. Stop politicizing the judiciary. Stop playing around with the lives of people in the judiciary. We don't like that. Most people don't. Professionals don't. Cadres love it when they're able to control the president. Now, my last rant goes so direct to the president when he listens to me, if he ever is going to listen to me. Your Excellency, you need the professionals to guide you, not cadres. Cadres are always the candiles, the people that you always want to eat. And then the next thing that the first people that are going to betray you when their moment comes, because they avoid telling you the truth for fear that you're going to get upset. Get people that are going to tell you some things that you don't want to hear, but they are good for you to hear, because that is what brings unity. People like Max Mui, they are misleading you. And I'm going to be very clear that. Listen to your check and continue. Don't use cadres to advise you.
You done? All right, let's move on, Lady Sarah. What's your rant for this week, lady?
Oh my goodness. Oh, what I can say, thank you very much, you guys, for holding these meetings. I don't have much to say. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Lady Sarah.
Why
Go
is
ahead.
it that when I'm talking, another person is talking?
Bakazia is always on your neck. But I've muted him. Go ahead, Lady Sarah.
On mute, Nampapata.
Go ahead, Lady Sarah.
These men, they just bully, even by media, by online, they want to bully women.
Tell him.
When I'm talking, they want to speak. When they are speaking, I'm quiet.
Yes. Lady Sarah speak.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Let me speak. I just want to say that, Sister Kalinda, thank you, and Vachanda, thank you for bringing up this, this program. It really enlightens us, some of us, and we are so thankful to the judiciary that is doing its job. Putting those who are wanting cells, like when Stephen Kampiango's wife, and getting those 15 flats. That's a job well done. Thank you so much.
Dr. Donnie.
For me, first of all, I want to congratulate my president for pursuing the thieves, and they shouldn't stop. These thieves who are always crying that they are being persecuted for because of their tribe or because of what, they should be pursued. We need our money back. Whether they cry, they do whatever, justice should be served. The Zambian people want their money back. So when we see Mrs. Lungu there crying, whatever, continue. We shouldn't stop our efforts to recover our money. So far, what has been recovered from the Lungu family, I know it's the tip of the iceberg, but let's continue pursuing these thieves and get our money back. Secondly, I don't believe in this notion that the people that store in the PF should be let loose, should let go just because it's going to happen to UPND as well when they come out of power. I know there are those schools of thought that let's leave them because if we do it, it also happened to us. I don't buy that school of thought. Let's prosecute wrongdoers, all right? And talking about technocrats, I heard, I don't know, Bachanda Bakazia talking about he should be surrounded by technocrats. We've seen technocrats before that have turned that were cadres, and it's a known fact. They go in there as technocrats, they come out as cadres. They were campaigning for Lungu in government vehicles. Some of them were PSCs and all that type of thing. So that doesn't work. It's you choose who can do the job. All right, that's the most important thing. Finally, oops, I'm sorry, I'm close to a very busy road here. Finally, the only thing I can say about our CDF is that to me personally, I'm getting daily positive things about what CDF is doing on the grassroots, and I think it's a good thing that's going on. And we should. I know there are little things that need to be fine-tuned in the CDF program, but all in all, it's a very big, good program that's uplifting the lives of our people on the grassroots. So I would just say congratulations to my government right now for bringing in this type of program. For the first time in the history of the country, we have enough money on the grassroots. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Vasera,
Donnie. And who? Lady Sarah just left. So,
Vakalinda,
uh-uh.
Madam mentioned me.
Yeah.
I can rebut to my point because I don't want him to go slow.
Let's rebut. We are on the
Yeah.
let's rebut.
So I'm going to rebut it this way. Dr. Dani, I never meant that he should get people that are going to be cadres. I'm saying they are honest civil servants that have been in the system that know government processes and systems. You know, yes, those that were the cadres, if you went in as a PS and you became a cadre, yes, the president has the right to remove you. But there are people that were not cadres, but they were removed anyway. And again, that is a choice that he has to make. So to say that I don't mean that he should just surround himself with people, but I don't want him to be surrounded by people that are cadres with very little understanding, first of all, education-wise, secondly, experience, and thirdly, they have no connection with the reality of what is going on the ground. The ones that are preoccupied by keeping the status quo because they're the ones that declare the president the moment he is down. They will not be there for him. We have seen them, they switch up the moment the government switches, and they're the ones we want to be careful. That's what I'm saying.
What's the use of a rant if people are responding? Anyway, let's close this thing now. Let's close this thing now.
By the way, congratulations, Arsenal.
Oh, yeah.
You have to congratulate us.
Oh, yes. I was just coming round.
Fasara tatuangala tuwina
No. That's why I didn't think
Congratulations, Arsenal.
Didn't think I could make it
tatuangala.
podcast because
Congratulate once in a while. But
yes.
Neshi Chalo Johnson, is all over the place.
Yes. Yes, and the
Backstage.
silence has been brought by Spurs beat you clean and square. 3 goals to nil at Old Trafford. I'm sure Eric, this is his last week.
Palipa number
I
17.
think they're gonna fire him now.
Yeah, they have to fire him. 3 goals to nil at Old Trafford. Eh?
Manchester number 17.
Katwishi.
Number 12.
Are you going to relegation? I think you're going to relegation, isn't it?
Relegation zone.
Number 12.
Yeah, there you go.
That's good. Right.
Didn't think I couldn't even make it because of that scoreline. Anyway, let me do my rant with a song. On that note, North London forever. Whatever the weather, these streets are
Mwachule,
and my heart will leave you never. My blood will forever
badani mwamone
through the storm. That's my rant. Viewers, we see you next week with the same spirit. Keep the faith. And we are out.